Hang on. Zach. Okay, sorry. I had to mute. Okay. Hey guys, how are y'all? Built on the rock and quinoa. Skeeter, hi darling. Y'all give me just a second. Let me send this out to let a couple of people know that. Sometimes, like Andy, it's easier for him to get on here if I send him a link. But how's everybody doing? Y'all doing all right? Okay. Sorry, guys. Hey, Nathan. How are you, babe? Hi, Eileen. Hey, Catherine. Miss Christy. How are you? I'm here. Wild dogs and police. Yeah, absolutely, quinoa. Next week, awesome. I know you'll feel so much better afterward. We're hoping Andy's will get done soon. Oh, goodness. I know. I saw that. I sent it and then I looked up and I was like, oh, he's already here. Sorry. Hey, Bev. How are you, darling? Hey, Allison. Oh, I've missed you guys. I finally feel almost human. I've still got ways to go, but, and I'm sorry, I'm on my laptop. I know my camera on this thing is not near as clear as my desktop, but I can sit a little more comfortably here. Yeah. I said, I don't feel great. As you can tell, I'm still not talking exactly great, but, and sometimes talking will start coughing. So if I'm coughing, please forgive me. If it gets too horrible, I'll shut it down. I got a glare. Anyway, I am feeling a little better finally. I went to work today. Thank you, Anita. That's so sweet, honey. Yeah, I've still got some congestion I'm dealing with. There's Andy. Hi, Darlin. Your local redneck is here. Good dogs and back up with a pistol. Y'all, excuse me. Like I said, talking, the vibrations, I think, is what loosens up the phlegm. No, probably not any singing today. I'm doing good to talk. Nathan. Hey, two wild onions. Hi, sweetie. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Rosanna. And I'm sorry, I'm a little sniffly, so y'all please forgive me. Probably. And then, of course, the work day we did out at Andy's, we were out in the rain all day, and then it got cold, and I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. No, Nathan, we are not singing that stupid song. You will never hear me sing that stupid song, ever. Oh, thanks, Bev. You're so sweet. Let a few more people get in here, and then I'll explain the title to this. Good Lord. even type today. Hey, Abby, how are you, sweetie? Peter, I did get one and I'm having some issues with it. I took it back to the shop. They said, oh, that's normal. But then when Sharon and them were here on the work day, I tried Daryl's. It's nothing like the one that I have. It's not doing any of this stuff. And they're refusing to give me my money back. So I'm going to write the company itself and tell them what's going on. And hopefully they will let me exchange it for something like Daryl has, because this one, it's getting way, way hot. I mean, like, it's burning my throat. It's burning, the mouthpiece gets hot and it burned my lip. I actually had a blister on the inside of my lip and it's spitting. It's like little, you know what it feels like when you stick your tongue on a 9-volt battery? And that's what it feels like all over my lips because this spitting it's doing. Andy, I'm kicking your butt. I hope they're going to do a good job. So, see, that's what I thought, and I took it back to them, and she blew on it and blew on it, and over half of the fluid that I had in there, the juice, and said that it was just because the cotton thing was just too saturated and it needed to be blown out. And she blew on it, blew on it, blew on it, and it still did it. But when I tried Daryl's, it was smooth. It wasn't too hot. It was warm, but no warmer than a regular cigarette. This stuff literally left a blister on my lip. Nathan, I'm kicking your butt too. And Andy's building me a stool tall enough to reach him. I can make it tall enough to reach you. Right, Skeeter? My poor bronchioles got enough problems. Oh my goodness, Bev. Y'all are quitting. You're horrible. I hate that song. Does not make me feel better. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Even when I went in there to purchase it, and I told her, I'm brand new to this. I need some advice. And, well, you got this one and this one and this one, and they're kind of about the same. This one just holds more, and that one's a longer battery, but that's about the only difference. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do with it? I don't know. I've never done. Yeah. So they're refusing to exchange it. So I'm gonna, and it's a good company. It's Snock or Smoke, SMOK. Anyway, it's the same brand that Daryl has, although he has a different model. But I'm gonna write to them and directly and tell them the problems and issues I'm having and see if they will let me exchange it for one like Daryl's. Beach family, hi darling, how are you? Oh my goodness, not you too. Eileen, I hate that song, y'all. Oh, that's cute. So, you guys know that have been on my lives before, and you guys remember hearing the dogs next door that go barking crazy. And I've, shared with you guys how I can't let Bo out in the backyard without them trying to come through the fence at it. Well, there's been 3 times now. Once about 2 weeks ago, Bo was in the front yard on his leash. I always keep my dogs leashed. And one of the dogs came at him, and I shoot him off. And then was it Saturday, honey? I think it was Saturday. One of them actually attacked him, and I managed to pull him off and then kick the dog away. And then this morning I came out to go to work, and I've got yeah, I hear you. So I went out to go to work this morning, and in one hand I've got the bag with my breathing machine because I still have to do my breathing treatments at work, and I've got my purse and my phone and my keys, everything. And the other hand I've got his leash. He's on the leash. He steps right outside the door, and there's just a small, narrow porch, and then my little flower bed in the yard. He makes it right to step off the flower bed, and 2 of those dogs, German Shepherds, attacked him. He yanked so hard trying to protect me, it knocked me off balance. I fell off the porch, landed in the front yard. One of them had his front leg, and I literally kicked him in the head and got him to let go. Bo's got some scratches and cuts on his leg. Nothing deep, thank goodness. There weren't any bad and nothing I couldn't handle. Leg holds on your property aren't against the law. Yeah. So I managed to, like I said, yank him back at the same time I kicked this dog. And I literally practically picked Bo up and just tossed him in the car. The house door was already shut, and I would have had to open the screen door, my door, everything. So I literally opened the back door of the car and I tossed him inside. And then I went and turned around and picked up a stick and threw it at him, and they kind of went to the edge of my yard. They didn't leave my yard. They went to the edge of my yard. And I just got in my car. I mean, I didn't know what else to do. I just got in my car. I was afraid they were going to attack me. So, hi, Harry. How are you? So, yes, absolutely, Harry. Thank you. I got in my car and I just went to work. I mean, I didn't know what else to do, and it scared me. I knew his leg was bleeding a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all. They're not. I don't know if the picture will come through or not. I'll try to show it to you on my phone. I don't know if it'll come through because of the glare. Turn my brightness down a little bit, see if that will help. I said, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but he's got right here, there's a big scratch right there. And then on the outside of that leg, let me see if I can get it to, I don't know if that one's going to show. Yeah, I can't get it, but like right here, he's got 3 more scratches right about here on the front of his leg. And fortunately, they're not deep. They just bled a little bit. I was able to clean them up and put some salve on them. But well, this has been going on. Yeah, exactly. And Andy was, needless to say, he was ticked off. Not only did I get thrown to the ground, my dog got attacked, I got scared. Andy was TISSED, if y'all know what I mean. Awesome, you got bees, cool. So I called, when I got to the office, I called the local non-emergency police number to ask them, who do I need to call? She said, that'd be us. Can you meet us at the house? I said, not till after work. She said, okay, I'm going to make a note of it. Call us back when you get home and we'll send somebody out. So, hey, Joyce, I'm glad you're here, honey. So I called the police back when I got home. They came over. They actually sent 3 patrol cars, and I thought, kind of overkill, right? But apparently when the officers came up to talk to me, mine was the 5th call they got today on those dogs. They had 4 other calls before me on those dogs that were roaming the neighborhood and threatening and what have you. So, but they didn't know who the dogs belonged to. They just had gotten calls from the neighborhood. Well, when I called and I told them who the dogs belonged to, and on the phone, the officer that took the phone call had asked me how many I had, and I said, they've got 7 or 8 dogs. It was like 6 or 7 German Shepherds and a Dalmatian. They sent 3 officers. Apparently, 1 could control the owner and 2 on the dogs if they had to, because of the sheer number of dogs. Yeah, they won't even come outside when Andy's truck's here because, yeah, Andy's Andy. Yeah, exactly, Christy. So that's why they put 3 officers. They sent 3 out here. So they talked to me, and they had their body cameras rolling, and they told me when they walked up that the camera was on and it's recording everything. And I said, fine, I don't have a problem with that. I told them about the attack this morning. I showed them Bo and his leg. They had looked at the pictures first, and they asked, could they see the dog? And I said, sure. And, so I brought Bo out to the door, and they looked at his leg. She said, and they asked me, did I take him to the vet? I said, no, you can see they're not real deep. They're, just kind of on the surface. And I was able to treat him myself. And I know his shots are up to date. So I'm not worried about that. I don't know about those dogs, but I know his shots are up to date. So it was just an expense I couldn't afford off for something that I could treat myself. He said, I understand that. And he said, we're going to go over here and talk to them. We'll be right back. So they went next door. The owner had happened to pull in the driveway when the officers were standing here talking to me. So I went next door and, or they did. I didn't. They did. They talked to the owners and they told him that they'd had several calls on these dogs and that if the dogs, have now attacked another person and a dog, that we have the evidence and we've seen it, that if your dogs are out again, we will be back and you will be arrested for it. The dogs will get confiscated. You will get arrested. And Memphis does not have an ordinance as to how many dogs they can have, but the city ordinance says that whatever dogs they have, regardless of number, must be controlled and they must be, confined to their stuff. And because they're not, and he says, well, I'll just keep the dogs inside. Well, I don't know how you're going to do that. Dogs have to go out and go to the bathroom. But I can't let Bo in the backyard. And y'all, Andy's here. Y'all can ask Andy. He can tell you, if I let Bo in the backyard, as soon as he lets them out, they literally try as a pack to come through the fence at him. And he'll start barking to defend himself. But I call him in and have to bring him back in. So Bo can't even go outside and enjoy the pretty weather this whole week that I've been sick. He's just been stuck on the couch with me because I can't take him outside and play with him. I've been sick as a dog. But I can't let him out back to run in the yard either because every time I let him out, those dogs go after him. Most places have a limit, Christy, but for whatever reason, Memphis does not. So I don't know why. The officer didn't know either. He just said, I just know the law. I'm not sure why they don't. I think they should, but I don't know. So what we did, he said, could you just document this, like text it to somebody, write it out, something? And I said, well, I texted it to a couple people this morning in Messenger because I was so shaken and upset. Would that work? He said, yeah. I said, okay, I'll screenshot those conversations and I'll save the screenshots. And they have everything on recording on a body cam. He said, if they get out again, you call us. We will immediately issue a memo. As soon as the memo is issued and processed, they will send somebody out here and he will be arrested. So, well, we kind of figured that. So, Harry, I think Andy's got that covered, and you didn't got to get on a plane. So trust me, Andy was furious. Andy's internet is sometimes slow, and he may not actually hear what I'm saying for a minute. So I'll just type it. Oh, that's coming soon, Allison. As soon as I can physically manage it. Being sick has slowed everything down for me, but it's okay. And I didn't say that to the police, Skeeter, but I said it to a few people that, Andy and Kelly and all that come on property again, they're going to get shot. And then, I mean, it scared me. You guys, two of them came at him today. And what if, as I'm laying on the ground and I've gotten literally pulled to the ground and I'm trying to pull Bo back and get the other dog out. I mean, it scared me half to death. And then they didn't leave my yard. They just went, halfway down the yard and still stood there barking. And I just threw both me and Bo in the car and got the heck out of here. Oh, thanks, honey. Thank you, Harry. Sometimes, whatever. Yeah. They are dangerous. I was talking to my boss, and we have my regional manager is actually here this week. And me too. I am really glad they really were very serious about it. He walked me through everything they're going to do, every step it takes. They took the time to explain the ordinances to me, how the process works, what needs to happen, and I was really. They were very polite, very respectful officers. I was very impressed with them. But I was talking to my regional manager, and he said he used to work at a vet's office. He said, you know, you hear stories about Dobermans and pit bulls being these vicious dogs, but his vet that he worked at, he said every single German Shepherd that came in their clinic, the very first thing that was done was a dog was muzzled. He said every single German Shepherd was muzzled, regardless of temperament when they came in. They refused to treat Shepherds without muzzles because they're some of the most aggressive dogs. Oh, Christy, it scared the heck out of me because, like I said, I got Bo in the yard first or in the car first. That was my main. I'm a mama. That's my baby. That's my main priority is to get him in the car because it was him they were going after. You know, but I was scared to death that by the time I could get up off the ground, get him in the car, and get me in the car, or once I shut the door and he shut in, are they going to come after me? And Sam was over on the carport. He's tethered on a cable. He was barking and going crazy. You could see on my car where he was trying to jump up, and you could see mud prints on the side of the car. He was not happy either. It's just exactly that's exactly why they use them for guard dogs and police dogs, and because they are very aggressive. They don't really mess with Sam, and I think it's because of Sam's sheer size. And you know, Sam when he gets pissed off is a bad little boy. Let me tell you. Exactly, Allison, and that's like I said, even the vet. They are very wolf-like, and this particular one, Andy's seen them. They have a pack mentality. There's 6 or 7 of them over there, and they have a pack mentality. It's not one or two dogs that bark at the fence when he's out there. All of them go to one single spot on the fence and start pushing against it and barking like freaking crazy. This is why I say that sometimes I have to type stuff for Andy so he can stay current on the conversation. The text keeps up for him, but the video doesn't. Oh yeah, I mean it's we may, Christy, and Andy's probably if it happens again, he may come up this weekend, but I bet Sky. Yeah, absolutely. I would be the same way. Yeah. No, I don't think I have, Christy. But I tell you, it scared me. I'm not normally scared of dogs. Most dogs I can deal with. You know, I have on this side of me, I have a pit bull. She barks and barks and barks and barks, but she's not vicious. She just barks at everything. But she gets along with Sam and Bo just fine. They can all three be out there and they're just fine. But those dogs, it's horrible. Yeah, see, I'm not going to repeat what Andy said, but y'all can read it. Oh my goodness, Skeeter, I'm glad you're alive. I will, Christy. I'll have to go find that. Hi, Dwayne. How are you, sweetie? But like Andy's, you guys can read what Andy said. But yeah, I will. I'll go check that out. Hey, Bob. How are you, darling? But it scared me to death this morning. I've rarely been scared by dogs because I love animals, but that really scared me. Hey, Mo Man, how are you? Aw. And they saw Sam. They did get one call on Sam, and he was barking at some kids. They said, but when we came by here, he was perfectly calm. I said, there's a few kids in the neighborhood that like to tease him. And, he's a big boy. When he gets to barking, they said, yeah. Then they even looked at him because he walked up onto the carport while they were here. And, he never made a sound. He just kind of looked at him and crooked his little head. And they said, we can believe the kids were teasing him. They did get one call on Sam, but he said when it came here, he was perfectly calm, just like he is now. I said, yeah. Only time he does is if they're messing with him. And I've told him again, I've told him before, don't be messing with my dog. Hi, Brett, honey, how are you? Joyce, hopefully by the end of May at the latest, hope as soon as possible. But being sick has slowed me down a little bit. Hey, Amy, I love you. I miss you. Yeah, I bet, Christy. I'm getting a little better. I am not perfect yet, but I'm getting better. So we're working on that, bub. Hey, Linda, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, and he says he's coming over this weekend. He's gonna bring baby girl dog too. Baby girl and Bo Dog get along so great. They have so much fun together. So, and baby girl looks at me like mama. She's just as protective of me as she is Andy and his family. She's the same way with me. So she's not going to take too kind of them dogs either. So, you know what? I haven't checked the mail today. I'll have to go look, Amy. I was dealing with the police and everything when I got home. Oh, love you, sweetie. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's for sure, Rosanna. I'm feeling a lot better, B. And actually, I'm actually talking better than I was. So it's getting there slowly but surely. How are you, B lady? Yeah, it was a crazy morning. I tell you, it scared the crap out of me. It really did. So I did get a video of it. I have a video. After we get off here, I'll put it together. It's a little short. It probably won't be, but 3 or 4 minutes, and I will put the pictures of Bo's leg in there so you guys can see it better. I'll include it in there, but I got some footage of when the officers were here, and I didn't actually film the conversation with them and all that, but when they first pulled up and then right as they were leaving, and I kind of recapped everything that they said a little bit more detailed. So I'll get that up for y'all after I get off of here. Andy needs to learn to be a Texas guy. I don't think that's going to happen, but okay. Hi, Sybil, honey. How are you? How are things down in Texas? Grampy, he's got some scratches. Excuse me. On one, his front right or front left leg, where the dog snapped at him. But they're not too deep. They're not like big gaping wounds. I was able to treat them, and that there's three on the front of his leg and one pretty good sized one on the back of the knee. We can make him an honorary Texan, right? Excuse me, that's what I needed. No, it's not, Joyce. Not at all. Oh, I'm sorry, Sybil. Oh, Andy, I believe, is coming down this weekend. I love you, B. It'll get better. I actually feel better than I did. I mean, from probably Friday through Monday, I could barely get off the couch or out of the bed. Oh, is it, Christy? Yeah. I know the pollen and everything has been horrible lately. Sorry, let me answer this real quick, guys. Okay, sorry. Um, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy morning. And then, of course, I did work a full day. So I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. This all actually started last night, you guys. Seriously. I went to bed at about 8:15, 8:20. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I went to bed and I couldn't sleep. I just couldn't sleep. I could not go to sleep to save my life. So I got up about 10:45, maybe 11. Got something to drink and took Bo out to go potty. Took Sam out to go potty. Just went around about midnight. I took another batch of medicine and the meds finally knocked me out just a little after 12. Well, at 3 o'clock, the dog started barking. They barked for about 30 minutes. I drifted off back to sleep. At 4:30 in the morning, they started it again. And it went on for a solid hour and a half. I never got to go back to sleep. So I slept about 3.5 hours. And other than that, I was up with those dogs. And then I finally get up anyway. I get ready for work, and then the dogs attacked him this morning. So for those of you that came in late, I'll do a quick recap for y'all. The dogs next door that y'all hear barking all the time on my lives. This morning, when Bo and I were leaving to go to work, you've got, my hands were full. I had the bag with my breathing machine and my meds and all that stuff, my purse, my keys, my phone, all that. In this hand, I had Bo's leash. He's on his leash, as he always is. Even to go from my door to the car, he's on his leash because that's the law. So he steps out, and my porch is kind of narrow porch. You have enough room for maybe a little lawn chair to sit right there, and that's about it. And then I have a little flower bed, a raised flower bed, and then you go in the yard. Well, the very second that I opened the door, he stepped off the porch onto that flower bed. Two of the German shepherds from next door attacked him. He jerked so hard trying to force them back away from me. I lost my balance. It yanked me out. I fell off the porch, rolled over the flower bed, and landed in the yard. One of them had him by the leg. So I'm trying to grab him. I'm still on the ground. I pulled him back by his leash and I kicked at the dog and I kicked him off of his leg. I somehow managed to get me up. I practically picked him up and tossed him into the car just to get him out. They went just a little ways into my yard. They didn't leave, and they were still standing there barking, scared me to death. I really, literally picked up my stuff and ran around the car, just got in the car. And I mean, it was horrible. He's got some pretty good scratches, 3 on the front of his leg and a really good deeper one on the inside of his knee. Yes, there is. There is, B. So, Beach family, y'all come down here anytime you want. We'd love to have you. And yeah, and the dogs, they've been aggressive since they moved in. If I can't put Bo in the backyard and let him just play. This whole time I've been sick, instead of being able to be outside in this beautiful weather and play outside, he's been stuck on the couch with me because I was too sick to take him out and walk him other than to step right here on the porch and let him go potty in the front yard and then bring him right back in because I was too weak to stand. But I couldn't put him in the backyard because every time I do, those dogs are like a pack. There's 6 or 7 German Shepherds over there. And they like this pack mentality. They try to attack him through the fence. And it's not the biggest, strongest fence in there. It's kind of an old, and one of these days it's going to give through. And then what do I do? You know, he's a big dog and he can hold his own. He held his own with the 2 this morning for the most part. But if 5 or 6 of them came at him at once, there's no way he wouldn't be able to do that, you know? And the dogs were not on leashes. 2 of them had gotten out. They were roaming. Well, when I got back home, I had called the police this morning, asked them what to do. They said, call us back when you get home and you can meet with the officers. I said, okay. So I got home. I called them back. They sent 3 officers out here. There were 3 patrol cars, and I did get some of the video. I'll put it up for y'all afterward. But apparently, I was the 5th call. They had received 4 other calls today on these dogs, but nobody else knew where the dogs came from. I'm the only one that knew who owned the dogs because they're my neighbors. So they sent 3 because when I talked to the dispatch lady, and she asked me how many dogs, and I said, well, there were 2 out in the yard, but they've got 4 or 5 more. They have 6 or 7 Shepherds plus a Dalmatian. And it's a little yard, y'all. It's a little yard. It's half the size of mine. I mean, most of you guys saw the videos when I moved in, how big my yard is. That yard's half the size of mine. And so they talked to me. They had the body cams going, recording our conversation. And it just so happened while we were standing here talking, the neighbors pulled in. And B, I've got a bruise on my knee is the worst of it, which is not necessarily a good thing because my knee is the problem anyway. I have a small bruise on my knee, but other than that, I wasn't hurt. Bo was hurt. Nothing serious, but he was hurt. I'm sore, but, you know, I mean, and I'm sure, like you said, B, I'm sure tomorrow I'm probably going to feel a little bit of it. But so I did, B. I've got pictures of me and him, which I showed the police officers, and they did look at Bo, saw for themselves. Hi, Jean, honey, love you. It is their owner's responsibility, and sadly, even though the responsibility falls to the owner, but if the owner's not going to control the problem, then somebody else has to step in and do it. So the officers, like I said, when they were talking to me, they came in and he went out to talk to them, and they basically told him that they had several calls on the dogs today, so this is not a one-time call. I was the only one that reported an actual attack. But they had received 4 phone calls on the dogs before me today. And hey, Swampy, how are you, sweetheart? The owner is responsible, but sadly, if the owner's not going to control the dogs, I can't continue to allow them to attack me and my dogs. And that's sad. It breaks my heart to think that, you know, we may have to do that. We may have to take care of those animals if they're going to keep attacking. But the officers told the gentleman that The city ordinance, their dogs must be contained. Anytime they are not in a yard, they must be on a leash if they're not contained in the backyard. And then if they get another call, he's going to be arrested for failure to control his animals and violating the city ordinance. There are also barking ordinances in place. The officers described to me from, I think he said, after 9 p.m. and before 7 a.m., excessive barking will get him a $500 fine if he refuses to control the animals. So he said, so, and it's that what I want you to do, and it's, in the middle of the night again like that, call us from outside where we can hear the dogs on the call. We'll get it recorded. Okay. If he gets arrested for it, B, then they will call animal control, and animal control will take over at that point. Exactly, Christy. That was what I told the cops too. I said, it worries. I mean, or after I got Bo in the car, what would I have done if they'd come after me? Or what if it's one of these kids that's walking down the street to go catch their school bus? Hey, Steve, how are you, darling? It's good to see you. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. So, B Lady, they have 5 or 6 German Shepherds and a Dalmatian. The Dalmatian actually seems pretty sweet. Yeah, so if they start the barking again like they did tonight, he said, I want you to go outside and call us from outside, and we will get the barking on tape. They won't be able to deny anything. No, animal control doesn't get involved unless they actually do what they call a memo. So, no, baby, they did not. Hey, Reap, what you so, honey? How are you, darling? So they asked me if I would document it, like text it to somebody. And I said, well, I messaged some people this morning because I was upset, trying to calm down. And I can do that. He said, perfect. Can you just screenshot and save those screenshots? I said, sure. So I have that. And they have their body cams. And then he said, and if they are out again, 1 dog, 2 dogs, I don't care. As soon as you see them, call us back. We will instantly issue a memo. Once the memo is issued, there will be an officer out here and he will be arrested. So, and at that point, once he gets arrested for it, then animal control gets involved. I don't know if they have vaccinations or not. And I told the officer, I said, personally, at this point, I don't really care. I know Bo shots are up to date. And they didn't actually get to me because Bo stopped them. Bo literally put himself between me and them. Which is, he's my baby, he's taking care of mama. But no, he didn't even come over to say anything, he didn't say anything to the officers, is she okay, or what, nothing. They just said they'll keep the dogs inside. You're not going to be able to do that because dogs have to go out and potty. But he may have to let them out 1 or 2 at a time in the backyard. I don't know what he's going to do, and I don't care. Oh, well, I'm so glad you stopped in, sweetie. Hope for good night. Yeah, when Andy's here, they don't even like to let the dogs out. Bo is absolutely Brett. He literally put himself between me and those 2 dogs. Literally. He was pushing them back away from me, literally. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it to you. Because when they first attacked him, he was right beside me. He was literally pushing them back across the yard away from me. Even though one of them had him by the leg. And I literally, when I fell, I literally, both hands on the leash, and I jerked him back to me. And as soon as he got close enough, I kicked the one dog in the face and got him to let go of his leg. Yes, they absolutely could be. Right, Skeeter? That's what I said. Linda, they moved in, I don't know, about 2 months ago, I think. B, he's got, in fact, here, I can message you the pictures. He's got 3 scratches on the front of his leg. One's a little bit deeper than the other 2. None of them are horrible. Don't get me wrong, y'all. None of the scratches are horrible. The one on the inside of his knee is the worst of them. Hang on, B, I'll send you the pictures. There you go. They're in your messenger. But I was able to clean them up. They weren't like horrible, horrible. They're not super deep. They are definitely, they broke the skin. Absolutely. The one on the inside of his knee is the worst. I'll put those pictures in the video for you guys. He needs a steak. He deserves taco and a burrito. Yeah, I think it was 2 months ago that they moved in. No, he's not. He's not limping at all. He's licked at them off and on all day, so they're getting kind of tight as they're starting to kind of seal over. But now more than ever, well, I tell you what he did get today. He got prime rib, literally prime rib, and some of the best prime rib I've had in a long time. Bye, cutie. How are you, sweetie? So he actually got prime rib from lunch. I'd say prime rib is a pretty good snack. He got probably 2 to almost 3 ounces of prime rib. Yeah, Dwayne, I'm not going to be in the city too much longer. I agree, Rosanna. He shouldn't have to deal with any of it. He did love it. He absolutely loved it. It was some of the best prime rib I've had in a long time. Thanks, Harry. It's okay, though. Andy will take care of it. Trust me. Andy will take care of it. So if you guys, again, you see me typing stuff that you hear me saying, Andy, the chat keeps up great for him. The video lags. He was beyond pissed this morning, y'all. Seriously. I am, B. I did a treatment about 30 minutes or so before I came online. So I've got about another 2 hours and I'll do another treatment. And I've taken my steroids and I've taken my antibiotics. So, yes, Christy, I will drive. I'll be commuting. Yep, been about 2 months. It's going to be awesome for you too, Linda. Working on it, Jane. I've got another 24 hours that I do the breathing treatments every 4 hours. And then they'll be as needed. But the steroids help a lot. And she gave me a shot of heavy duty antibiotic while I was there in my booty. And then she sent me home with some other strong antibiotics that I have to take for another 7 days, I think. Or no, they're 5-day antibiotics. They're like the Zithron packs. Oh, thanks, Harry. It's fine, Bo, but thank you so much. See, Andy says, okay, I got it for sure. Oh, I'm blind in one eye, Grampy. Yep, I agree, Linda. Me too, Christy. You need to come live by me. Steroids, you have to be very careful. The steroids will reduce the inflammation in my lungs, which is what's causing the part of the problem. So the steroids will help reduce the inflammation, but I have to be very careful because as a diabetic, steroids jack your sugars. So I have to be very careful what I eat until I'm off those steroids, until they're about a week after I take the steroids. I have to still be very careful because they will jack your sugars. Inhaled steroids do not, but ingested steroids will jack your sugars. Oh yeah. So anytime you take steroids internally, like pills, if you have problems with your sugar, if you're borderline or an actual diabetic, you need to be very, very careful what you eat. Because your sugars are going to go up. There's no way around that. I use Moringa, Linda. I use it every single day. I use Moringa every single day. And I can tell you, it does wonders for me. It really makes a huge difference. Yes, injected as well, Sky. Right. Inhaled steroids don't, like a steroidal inhaler for asthma. Those will not mess with your sugars, but any other form of a steroid, excuse me, will jack your sugars up. Hi, single dad. How are you, sweetie? Good to see you. Yes, exactly. When you've got to get the cortisone shots in your knees or your elbows, yeah. You see food and it goes. I hear you, Gene. I hear you, Bubba. Yep, I still take mine, but Grampy. Tear you up, but have saved my life. That's exactly right, Christy. Do you have any looks at camp? I don't. I don't, Sybil, but I'll look at that for sure. I'll call and find out about it. Linda the Moringa does a great job. It really does. I will tell you, I make my own capsules. It's cheaper that way, but it does a great job. I still get my infusions up until I decide to retire. At that point, I won't be able to anymore because I won't have insurance. But the Moringa has made a huge difference. Yeah, cortisone, even shots in your hip can raise your sugars. So be very careful anytime you're doing steroids. And I know Dwayne Grampy Campy, he also uses Moringa faithfully. And if you'll check out Big Family Homestead, he's got some really, really good videos on Moringa. Single dad, we were talking about this morning, the neighbor's German Shepherds attacked Bo and I. And I've had been dealing with police officers and dog attacks, and it scared me half to death. Oh, well, that's good, Bubba. I mean, not that you got pain, but that it's just nothing really serious going on. Yeah, I know. And Amy, bless her heart, um, Amy is sending me another jar. They had given us, the Broussards gave us a jar, and when we got home, Andy and I were getting stuff out of the truck, and Andy picked up the 2 fem bag that it was in, and it unfortunately slipped out of the bag and it went straight to the concrete and shattered. So Amy graciously has sent me another jar. It was supposed to be delivered today, but was unable to deliver due to animal interference, which is Sam, who's does not like mailmen at all, and he was on the carport. So it's actually going to be raining tomorrow, so Sam will be inside the house anyway. They're going to redeliver. I am. I'm going to be a little sore in the morning. I know I got pulled off my feet, knocked to the ground, not by them, but by actually Bo trying to protect me. He was trying to push them back, and I got knocked off balance. Oh, you got to go bye bye. It's getting that late already? Holy cow, it is. And Bo's got some scratches. Like I said, I do have a small video, and I'll put the pictures of Bo's leg on there. Um, I might be a little bit sore because I got pulled off the porch. That's nothing other than just kind of stiff. But you know what I mean. I didn't really get hurt. Bo, like I said, it's got 3 good scratches on the front of his leg and a better one on the back of his knee. Yes, listen to everybody. Don't overdo it. And Patty and them were here this Monday. and left some syrup for me too. Oh yeah, Linda, that's happening. That is absolutely happening before I go to bed. No, B, it hasn't. He did go back toward the follow up Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, and they're waiting on the financial aid stuff that he filled out because he doesn't have insurance. They're waiting on that paperwork to come back with the approvals. As soon as they have that, they're going to run one more CT and then schedule the surgery. Oh, me too. Good night, sweetie. Thank you so much. 4 does come early. I hear you. My alarm goes off at 4:30. Oh, that's awesome, Sybil. Yeah, I'll get to see him when he comes down too. All right, Dwayne. Love you, sweetie. Give your beautiful wife a hug for me. Yeah, I've got to get off of here myself here shortly, you guys. Mullein tea and raw honey. I'll check that out. It's getting better though. It really will. All right, Jean. I love you, Baba. And have a safe trip, sweetie. Anyway, I need to say it was quite an exciting morning for me. I'm just with no sleep. Elderberry and euthanasia, yeah. So it really scared me though. Hi, Heidi, sweetie. How are you? I'm getting better. I mean, I feel better than I have in the last week for sure. So, still got a lot of congestion to get rid of, and I've still got breathing treatments to do. And as you can see, I'm getting a little bit shorter on breath as I talk. Ooh, Christy, you got that right. Good night, Sybil. I love you, honey. I know, right? I love that you can just sink down into them and literally water up to here, sink down into those tubs. I absolutely love them. What we were talking about with my tiny house, though, when we build the actual bathroom. Oh, that's cool, though, Heidi. I've been having so much fun with all of ours. But my tiny house, because of the arthritis, it's sometimes hard for me to get in and out of the tub when my knee and my ankle are really flaring. And yeah, I've still got a little ways to go, B. And I've been talking nonstop for a while. That's not, yeah. So, um, but we're gonna get me one of those walk-in tubs. Where you just walk in and you can close the door, and then it seals it. And I'm gonna have a rain catchment system. It's gonna be gravity fed and warm, heat sun warmed. And then, of course, in the wintertime, I'll have to actually pour hot water in with some of the rainwater from there. So they are shallow and they just can't even soak in them. Love you, Bob. Spoiled. So anyway, yeah, we'll go about 10 more minutes. About 8:30. I need to shut this off because I'm getting short of breath. I haven't seen that yet, Sky, but I'll have to go look at it. But yeah, they do. The water troughs, they make a great hot tub. But again, the getting in and out when my knee and ankle are flaring really bad, and I've fallen a couple times trying to get in and out of my tub here. So that's why we thought the walk-in one would be good. Yeah, we actually started some elderberries at Andy's. We got them started. They were gifts from the Broussards. Wacky time zones. Yeah, exactly. Astragalus. I don't think I've ever heard of that one, Heidi. She is flying there. She's not landed yet. She'll land about 9:30 your time, quinoa. About 10:30 Eastern time. Yep. Put some monkey bars on it. Well, I thought about that, but I'm going to get ready to move, so I'm not investing in their property. It is on its way. I was actually talking to her when she mailed your boxes. Yours and B's and somebody else's. Shares, I think. She mailed out 3. I was actually talking to her on FaceTime when she mailed them. Hey, Kelly Jelly. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. We're just, and you can, I'm getting ready to get off of here and I'm getting short of breath. So, but if you'll watch the replay when this comes up in the very, very beginning, probably within the first 10 minutes, I explained everything that happened. But basically, 2 of my neighbors, German Shepherds, attacked Bo and I this morning. Fortunately, it was just minor damage for him. He does have some scratches, and I got knocked down to the ground, and it was way more scary than anything. But it could have been so much worse. All right, sweetie, it was so good to see you. How's your little one doing? Thank you, Linda. Yeah, there's a lot more details though, Kelly. If you want to, as soon as this is done, I'll let it post. And I actually did a short video that I'll put together while I'm sitting here doing my breathing treatment. So it was really scary. I mean, it scared the crap out of me. It literally did. And he's got some pretty good scratches. I'll put the pictures in the video here in a little bit. When I'm sitting here doing my breathing treatment, I'll put the video together. I'm gonna put my jammies on, put my blankie on, and kick my feet back and snuggle up with Bobo, and that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's about what we're gonna do, y'all. It's time. I need to get off here and do my treatment. Well, my boss that used to work at the veterinary clinic, Skeeter, you are such a sweetheart. You have no idea how much that helps, actually. Y'all wouldn't believe me how much it costs to go to the doctor to get all this crap fixed. But he said that ammonia and water in a spray bottle, if you'll spray it straight in their eyes, it burns. It won't do any damage to them, but it will burn their eyes. They'll back off. So thank you, sweet Mary Beth. I love you, honey. I know, right? Isn't he awesome? I love Skeeter. But yeah, it was just shy of $100 bill yesterday between the doctor and the meds. But I need to get off here and do a treatment. So it's not actually due for another hour, but I think I need to go ahead and do it. So anyway, while I'm doing the treatment, I'll put the video together. So y'all look for that maybe within the next 30, 40 minutes or so. And I will see you guys in the next couple of days. I'll be back around trying to get videos back out for you guys again. So I will holler at y'all later. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. I love you guys. I am so grateful to be where I'm at right at the moment. And it really helps just getting out to hang out with all you guys, with my friends, and calms my spirit. Yes, exactly, B. So great big hugs, smooches, you guys. I love y'all. Thank you for all the prayers and well wishes you guys have been sending. You're awesome. And Skeeter, mwah, double kiss, babe. Love you. So, hi, Angel, sweetie. So, good night, everybody. Today is day 114. Okay, thank you, sweetie. I'll see y'all on the next one, guys. Love y'all. Thank you so much.